Welcome to Saturday Morning Makes with Jill Norwood. I have a quick card to share with you this weekend. I didn't get much done. Still organizing my room and things like that. And so I want to show you the card that I created. And if you watch my channel, you know I picked this stamp up on, it was either eBay or Etsy. I can't remember. This is a penny black stamp, Welcome Each Day it's called, and it's from 1997, and the sentiment says, welcome each day with a song in your heart. And I absolutely loved this when I saw it on the line, and I decided to pick it up. It's super cute, and I made a card with it. So let me share with you the card that I made. Here it is here. And this card is, I believe it's maybe an 8x8. Let's see. No, it's a 6x6. 6x6 card. And I've had these cards and envelopes in my stash for a while. I also added a piece of paper in the inside of the envelope. And this is the paper that I used on here, although you can't see it too much because I really distressed it. So I wanted to make a card with textures, and I've been collecting ribbon and different stuff lately here to start creating a different type of card a little bit. So the paper's on here, and the paper is from, oh my gosh, where's it from? Oh, it's from the paper pad that I just picked up at Michael's. I showed you the papers, and I told you in that book of paper that this would probably be my first piece of paper that I use. Well, that's what this paper is. I didn't leave the book of paper out. I'm very sorry. So here's the stamp, and I distressed it, and I ripped the page that ends up. And underneath here we have some burlap here. We have some trim with little circles on it. I have a half a piece of doily up here. And this is a piece of trim I had that with the red in it. I wanted to bring out some of this red in here. And then these were some flowers in my stash. And I just distressed those with the, I used I used Gathered Twigs Oxide ink from Tim Holtz. And so I did the flowers here, and there's little white or clear dewdrops in the middle of the flowers. And I think it came out really, really cute. I like all the textures that are on this card. And then here's the inside. And you can just write your note here, or you have plenty of room over here to write if you don't think it'll show up. And then I just did the back with my signature. So that is my card. I really love this card a lot. So I want to start doing, like I said, some different layouts, and I want more texture in my cards. That's why I've been collecting like ribbons and things like that, buttons, and all kinds of stuff. And I do have a haul. Not sure if I'll get to it today to share with you guys. And it was a big, huge lot that I picked up off a marketplace, and it's for my own personal use, not to sell. It is a lot of appliques, ribbons, shabbiness, a whole bunch of shabby stuff, and buttons. So I picked that up, and I want to start, like I said, building my stash for those types of things so I can start doing my cards. Now, this is not a shabby card. This is more of a vintage, but I want to start doing a little bit more of shabby, okay? So with that being said, let me share with you what I also been doing. I have been taking my scraps, okay? Hold on, let me see. I have some Easter scraps, Easter paper scraps mostly, but I have lots of other scraps. But this is the Easter stuff that I have, and these are all scraps from cards that I previously made, okay? So what I've been doing, I said to myself that I don't want to throw these scraps away because they're cute. I like them. So I decided what I was going to do was I was going to start laying them down. I took a piece of paper, which is for an A2 size card, and I was laying the pieces down in a puzzle kind of way. And then what I did was I ran it through this 3D embossing folder. I don't know what company this is, but I had it in my stash. I want to start using my embossing folders more often, but this is a really thick one and it's a 3D, and I'm not sure, can you see that pattern on there? It's very pretty. I'm on the hunt for one that has like quilting or not quilting, quilting or stitching on for an embossing folder. So I'm looking for one of those, but in the meantime, I'm going to use this one because I think this is pretty when it comes out. So what I've been doing is this here. I've been using my scraps and I just randomly put them on here. And then I run it through the embossing folder. And I don't know, can you guys see the embossing on that? And it kind of reminds me of like a shabby quilt. That's what I thought with these patterns. Of course, you can do other patterns and other types of paper. You can do anything. And this way you use your scraps, and now I have a background for a card. So I get that one. And then I did this one. Okay. Move this out of the way so you can see these. I did this one. I like this one. It has this paper in here that has like little hearts in it. Very pretty. And then I did this one. This one has more of the smaller pieces of scraps in here. Like these, this is like a bigger, these are bigger pieces. I like them both though. I mean, I like using the smaller pieces as well. And there's no rhyme or reason to the design. You just do it the way you want, depending on how big your pieces are and how much you want to put on a card. Like this one here, this had this big piece right here, and I love that paper, so I didn't want to cut it down. So this one has a big piece, and then it had a piece here that was actually skeleton stitched, so I added that on there. But this one here has more of little tiny pieces of scraps left. And all I did was put the colors of the scraps together that I thought would look nice as a background. And I embossed every single one of these with that same embossing folder. And then this one were totally different colors, but these were also scraps in my Easter spring scrap paper. So like I said, this is a whole different scene, but what I did was I combined the colors what I thought would match. Okay, so these mostly are the pinks and greens, and this one would be your pink and blue. But look at that embossing on there. Isn't it pretty? It really does make it look like a quilt. And these are backgrounds. Now I have some backgrounds that I can use for spring or even summer projects and shabby. But like I said, you guys can use any scraps that you have. If you really like the paper, instead of throwing the paper out, I suggest that you maybe grab some paper, and I don't care if you scrap lift this, that's fine. I'm sure that this wasn't my first idea. I'm sure somewhere down the road somebody else did this, but this is what just came to mind. And if you want to scrap this idea, I go for it. Really, go for it. Have fun. Because this is a great way, like I said, to use up your scraps of the pretty papers that you use in your projects, and you just don't want to throw that paper away. So that is also what I've been doing this week. So we got those in there, and I just put them in a sleeve just to protect them and keep them all in one spot. And I kept the embossing folder out because I'm not finished. I'm going to make some more. So thank you so much for watching. I hope everyone has a blessed Easter.